Good morning and welcome back to the Livingston Parish News Morning Show. My name is McHugh David, publisher and editor of the news. Appreciate you guys joining us this morning. If you're watching us live on Facebook, thank you for that. If you are watching this later, we do upload these shows to www.livingstonparishnews.com/podcast. They are free there. We have audio and video versions for you to watch. Also, of course, Facebook keeps our live video up pervasively, so you can go back and check them out at your leisure if you don't have time to check us out in the morning. I want to remind folks that we do have a free page, www.livingstonparishnews.com/coronavirus, which has all the information we've been compiling about the spread of COVID-19 all in one place, and it is free, so you can go check it out there. Getting into your traffic this morning, lighter than normal. We have seen, of course, some anecdotal evidence via the traffic that people are starting to return to work. However, today, looking a little lighter than most. Some minor delays at 4H Club Road, River Road, and 190 in Denham Springs. 190 Jubin, 190 Range, and 190 at 447 also seeing some delays. And some delays on the on-ramps getting onto I-12 this morning. However, I-12 still looking pretty clear, probably your quickest and best bet into Baton Rouge. It's currently 54 degrees, going to be a beautiful day, mostly sunny, but it's going to get up there. It's going to get up to 82 before dropping back into the 50s, about 57 your overnight low. So 82 degrees your high today. Going to stay sunny, going to be a beautiful day. Getting into your coronavirus statistics, 28,001 cases in Louisiana, 17,303 recoveries, 161,000 tests, 1,601 ventilators, 1,862 deaths. In Livingston Parish, you're looking at 197 cases, 15 deaths, and 2,240 total tests. So that testing number is starting to ramp up. It's a good sign. Yesterday, the governor officially signed his proclamation to extend the stay-at-home order until May 15th. Of course, there are some changes, which, especially business owners are trying to get used to. A lot of businesses are going to be opening today, May 1st. They will have limited capacity. They will also be using, the governor is requesting, and in some cases requiring, depending on the business, that those employees who directly interact with the public wear a mask. So that's going to be something that businesses are going to have to deal with going forward, at the very least, until May 15th. Also, we talked yesterday a little bit about it. Of course, the governor said that there could be outdoor seating available for restaurants. They just couldn't be waited on. So sifting through those rules a little bit, there are some restaurants who have decided it's not necessarily worth it. There are some restaurants that already kind of had some outside areas set up that are going to give it a shot. One of the problems that a lot of people who did not have the outdoor seating available, artificially expanding your footprint with a tent seems like a good idea until you realize that you have to have one 20 by 20 tent for every 4 people. So that starts to get a little cost prohibitive. It starts to become difficult. Of course, it's only for about 2 weeks before they open it up for 25% capacity for restaurants. So a lot of restaurants are just going to keep with the curbside, keep with the delivery until it's time to reopen the inside. Churches are much the same. They're going to allow outdoor church services as long as you practice the appropriate mitigation and social distancing. But once that May 15th day comes, you're going to be looking at 25% capacity for the inside of the church. So that 25% capacity seems to be sort of the magic number they're coming up with here on May 15th. One of the things I forgot to do today was lead off with the mitigation efforts. Let's jump into those real quick and remind those folks that are going to work good things to do throughout the day. Wash your hands with soap and water for 20 seconds or more. Disinfect common surfaces at home and at the office. Wear a mask in public per CDC guidelines. Don't touch your face. 6 feet of distance between you and others in public. Control your cough and your sneezing with an elbow or a tissue. And stay at home if at all possible to work. And definitely stay home if you're sick and contact your doctor via telehealth. So again, some businesses are going to be opening today. Some are not. Some are going to wait until that May 15th date, but got to remember those mitigation efforts and, remember to socially distance in public. The governor, when discussing his extension of the stay-at-home, cited some statistics in certain parishes where things just haven't gotten to a place where, as the governor put it, Louisiana is comfortable with reopening the entire state. A lot of major metro areas or a lot of high population areas. Ouachita Parish has seen a 22% increase in cases. East Baton Rouge has seen a 14% increase. Caddo, an 11% increase, and St. Tammany, a 9.8% increase. All those increases have come over the past week. So the governor has said, we're moving as a state on the right path, want to get those numbers down, but seeing those increases gave him pause. Now, he talked a lot about his visit with the White House and President Trump, Vice President Pence, as well as members of the coronavirus task force. One of the things the governor said is that the task force had their eyes on Louisiana probably a lot longer than he had suspected. They were very concerned about our early numbers, according to the governor. However, they were very pleased to see that we had managed to turn things around as well as we had. They all, according to the governor, he also said that they all agreed with his decision to extend the stay-at-home order. And so that will move forward. Now, that is all based around. However, before I jump into that, they did agree, that would be the federal government, did agree to assist in whatever way they can, enhancing Louisiana's testing ability. That would be getting up to 200,000 tests in the month of May. Throughout the first 6 weeks of testing, the state issued about 160,000 total tests. So that you're looking at 6 weeks and 160,000, trying to get down to 4 weeks and 200,000. So that's important. Now, one of the things we were talking about with regard to the stay-at-home order is, we mentioned this yesterday, the legislature, who is reconvening on Monday, that'd be May 4th, is tossing around an idea of trying to rescind the emergency declaration. Now, we're not sure if this has legs or if it's actually going to happen or not. We just know that the idea had been tossed around. One of the things the governor said at his press conference yesterday was that he believed that was extremely irresponsible. We would be one of the only states without an emergency declaration, and one of the only states without doing something to mitigate the mitigate the spread of COVID-19. Now, some tangible things that the governor cited that would be a problem if the stay-at-home order was rescinded, and then they want to rescind the emergency declaration, which gives the governor the power to issue the stay-at-home. If they rescinded that, a lot of this federal funding would be pulled. Right now, according to the legislature and some of the members, they're facing a $500 million shortfall in the budget, and usually their budget's about $26 billion. However, that may grow depending on what kind of stimulus packages come out later. It also may depend on how much surplus and how much extra they had in this upcoming year. That will all come to bear at a revenue estimating conference, which should be coming up in the next couple of weeks. It's going to happen in May. So they're going to get an idea of what kind of budget they're looking at and what they're going to have to do to meet that budget. Of course, constitutionally, they have to by June 4th. So they're going to have about 30 days or 31 days as May to come up with, but I guess not, because they'll be starting. Well, yeah. So they'll be coming up with a budget through that June 4th date after they get that revenue estimation coming in. It will also be interesting to see what the federal government does in terms of more financial federal assistance. Right now, the money that they're sending to governments can only be used to fight the coronavirus, and they are eligible for reimbursement from FEMA for any costs that go above that. It is not available to be used to fill in gaps from lost revenue. So it's going to be interesting to see just exactly how they use that initial round of funding, and if the state of Louisiana can get more. Now, one of the things that Dr. Deborah Birx, who we've mentioned was sort of the author of the 14-day metric, which is part of the reason Louisiana was unable to open, did praise Governor John Bel Edwards for not closing down everything, just places that have high public contact and high traffic. But however, of course, a lot of those stay-at-home orders of the same type have been in place around the country. You're looking at 3.8 million new unemployment claims as of last week. 6-week total exceeding 30 million. Louisiana is fourth nationwide for total unemployment percentage at 27.5% of the working population. You got to remember that it's not total population. It's 27.5% of the working population. And Livingston Parish is second in the capital region. It is also second in terms of population, so that would make sense. But it is currently behind East Baton Rouge in terms of unemployment claims. So governor looking to get this open just as quickly as possible, trying to get as many people back to work as they can moving forward into the May month. Of course, we still got 2 solid weeks from today, May 1st, before we are able to see some of this reopening occurring. So keep your fingers crossed. Try to stay home. Try to practice those mitigation efforts moving forward. You know, we've flattened the curve. Got to keep it flat. Got to meet those 14-day criteria before we move back into commerce in some areas. Of course, here I am still working. A lot of people still going to work or working from home. Denham Springs High School is looking for a... wow, that's... Hey! Stop. Sorry about that, folks. Here I am at home. Got to deal with the dogs sometimes. The Denham Springs High School seniors are going to try to host a student-driven parade. Kids are going to have to remain in their cars for the duration, and they're coming up with a route currently, but they are asking that kids sign up. You can go to our website, www.livingstonparishnewscom/coronavirus. Mr. David Gray did a good interview and a good story on that. It tells you exactly what date it's going to happen. It will begin at 2 p.m. And again, there's going to be rules and social distancing efforts that are going to go into that so that it will be safe for those seniors and safe for the people who choose to kind of come out and watch and participate. So please keep your eyes on that. That'll be coming up sometime, I would imagine, in the next few weeks. Again, you can check out that story, www.livingstonparishnewscom/coronavirus. One more time with your mitigation efforts. Please remember to wash your hands with soap and water for at least 20 seconds or more. Disinfect common surfaces at home and at the office. Wear a mask in public if at all possible, per CDC guidelines. Don't touch your face. 6 feet of distance between yourself and others in public. Control your cough and your sneezing with your elbow or a tissue. And stay at home if at all possible to work. And if you are sick, stay home. Utilize telehealth to get in touch with your doctor. One last time, 28,001 cases in Louisiana of COVID-19, 17,303 recoveries, 161,000 tests, 1,601 ventilators, 1,862 deaths. In Livingston Parish, 197 cases, 15 deaths on 2,240 tests. One last time with your traffic as well, looking at delays at 4H Club Road, River Road, and 190. Those 190 delays do kind of stack back up. You're looking at delays at 190 in Range, 190 in Jubin, and 190 in 447. You're also looking at delays on those on-ramps at Range Avenue, Jubin, and 447 in Walker. However, I-12 looking relatively clear, so once you get up on the interstate, you're looking like you're pretty good to go getting into Baton Rouge. It's currently 54 degrees. 82 degrees is your high, so it's going to get up a little bit higher today, but then it's going to drop back down to 57. Please remember it's going to be sunny. It's going to be a beautiful day, but it is going to get hot this weekend. Going to get up close to 90 several days in a row, and then we're going to have the bottom fall out. It's going to be about 60 at night, so it's going to be an interesting roller coaster of temperatures. Please prepare yourself if you do have allergies like this guy. One last time, my name is McHugh David, publisher and editor of the news. Appreciate you guys joining us for the Livingston Parish News Morning Show. Of course, this is our last one of the week, it being Friday. Happy May. Hope it stays beautiful like this, and hope we all get back into more of a little bit of normal on May 15th. Please remember that we are on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, and YouTube. We are once a week in print on Thursdays. It's $7 a month to get that. Of course, everybody got their 5th bonus edition in April, just yesterday. We are also online, www.livingstonparishnews.com. Want to remind folks that we have a podcast page that these go on. Also, our coronavirus page is free. Hope you have a great weekend. Please remember to social distance. Please remember to try to practice those mitigation efforts as we try to get these cases, especially East Baton Rouge is right next door to us, and they had a 14% increase in cases just last week. So please remember, try to practice these mitigation efforts. Try to be safe. Stay well, and we will see you on Monday.